Hello everybody, this is Lila in Hawaii. I've been doing a lot of art pieces, and here is a book I just finished. I'm going to show you that I've got a little bit more to do to it. I'm going to put a bow on the side of it, but I'll just give you a quick overview of the book. It has blank pages, and this is the bookmark. I've got a clock, old clock timepiece on the bottom, and that'll be the bookmark. I thought of putting a stamp here. Haven't done that yet, but I may put one there. Anyway, the way the book is done, it's two pieces of cardboard. Sorry, I went away. Anyway, two pieces of cardboard like this, and that's the basis of your book. And you bind them with a space in the center like that. And each back and front cover gets covered separately. So anyway, this is the one that I did. It's a little bit smaller, and it is square, and it's a Paris theme. And I had pieces of torn paper from scrapbooking. I had an image of Paris, a couple of stamps, a bird, and this I tore off some old paper. And I did do a lot of sketching on these, but it's kind of hard, I know, for you to see them. But anyway, this is all sketched around here, and there's a lot of sketching just with a pencil. Sketch the bird, sketch ground, movement, trees, and all that sort of stuff. And then it's waxed. I waxed it, gently waxed. The back of the cover I did the same way pretty much. I found some old French text, and then here's a bit more of that fleur-de-lis, and then I cut out this sort of pennant shape and put that on. It sketched around there. I used my pencil and sketched in the details and the little birdie, and of course this is from the exhibition, and then that's also waxed. On the inside cover I just kept it fairly plain, but I tried to use parts of the main theme, which were these, and then inside the back cover I did the same thing. I used fragments of the front, so that was that. Then to bind the whole thing, it's bound with ribbon, and this is actually seam binding, I believe, and then each page I stamped, pretty much all the pages, on one side or the other I stamped with some sort of a French stamp, because this is a book to take traveling, keep ideas, journaling, just whatever you want. So I kept that pretty simple. And then at the back it is bound with the black cardstock, and as I say, with the ribbon. Now, a couple of things I like to do. I like to make a really, really fancy bow for there, and actually this is the one I'm going to put on, and it consists of 3 ribbons and picking out the colors pretty much that are in here. So let me see if I can do that. I like to thread part of it through the spine ribbon, so that's that. This just makes it lush. Of course you don't have to do this ever, but just for this particular one it's kind of plain, so I thought let's jazz it up a little bit. So I've poked that through there. You see that? Yeah. I'm sort of doing this sideways. Okay, so I've got this all there, and the ribbons I've chosen are, this is a wired ribbon, brown. This is green seam binding, and this is cream seam binding. And they're both, the green and the cream are wrinkled up. Okay, so now what I need to do is finish this off with another bow. Okay, so that's that. So that's a really, really nice gift book. And then, as I said, it has its own bookmark, which is just a little stained tag with some brown seam binding, and then I had this ornament, which is quite heavy. It's old clock or watch. So that would go inside. There we go. So in a future episode on my YouTube, which I don't get to very often, I may do a demonstration of how I made this book. Not the waxing probably, but the rest of it. And don't forget, when I wax, this is important to me, and a lot of people do not do it, but I always buff it. You can use an old sock, kind of a rough piece of paper. This has some old lace, and it just makes it so much nicer. It gives it, you know, just a little sheen, but it also makes it look luminous. It makes it look almost dimensional. So, hope you like that. Thanks for watching.